And we are live. Another day, another podcast.
Let's do it.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Coaching moms this morning, they crushed those front squats.
There we go.
They really loved that accessory after part piece, but those ladies are getting strong, strong, strong. It was fun.
Yeah, front squats definitely the focus today. I feel like it's good to train people to like switch gears to like not always think of what looks like a workout as like the
Mhm.
focus of class, rather focus on the lift. And then like today was very much I don't even think you could put a score in, could you?
No, for the after.
Yeah, it was just a check mark, right?
I think, yeah, someone tried to give me like, oh, I did 3 rounds. I was like, I don't want it. You got it.
We
Great
don't need to
job.
know.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was a lot. I'm excited to do it later this afternoon. So
Nice.
yeah, it's been a good day. It's been a good day so far. Happy Thursday. How are you?
I am good. We've had a fun week. I've been coaching in EAV more, which has been a blast. I don't always get to see those folks,
Yeah.
so that's been fun to hang out with them. And I've loved doing these podcasts. We've had Grace on Tuesday, talked about like her injury, and that was super fun. And then obviously we have you on today, so I hope we can keep it going, get more coaches to come on, talk about what they're interested in. So I'll let
Yeah.
you go ahead and introduce your topic and also remind you you might have to speak a little bit louder just because you're kind of fading out a little bit. But
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll use my big girl 20 people in class coach voice.
there you go.
Yeah. No, so today I one of my favorite things, and honestly, this came into my mind because one day after I coached the noon class, Nate came up to me one day and he was asking me about his sleep. And he has two little kids and he was running on low sleep, and he was like, what do I need to do to feel better? Do I need to like eat more? Like, how can I like survive the day on little sleep and that kind of stuff? And it really got my wheels turning. And as a fellow poor sleeper, someone who's always struggled with their sleep, I think it's something that not only me and Nate struggle with, but I think a lot of people do, whether you are my husband who's a firefighter and works shifts, or you're a coach like you and I and no 2 days are alike, or you're a parent, or you started a new job, like all those things. Like sleep is such a fundamental like pillar of your health, and it's so key for success in your performance in life and also in the gym. So I
Yeah.
think one of those things that is just really, really important to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that's kind of my first question, like whenever I'm working with athletes or like coaching my clients, is they're like, do I need to take this supplement? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? And the first thing I ask is, do you eat 3 meals a day and do you get good sleep at night? Because if those two things aren't happening, literally nothing else matters. Like
Yeah.
we have to cover those bases of fueling your body and resting your body, and then we can talk about the magic powder that you got an ad for on Instagram. But until we get enough sleep, I feel like a lot of things are kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, for sure. And like I think that people have such varying definitions in their mind of like what is enough sleep and what is good sleep, right? So overall for folks, everyone should shoot for somewhere between like 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Like that is the like healthiest baseline for almost everyone. Women, we tend to need a little bit more sleep just because of all the body changes that we go through, pregnancy, menstrual cycles, all that kind of stuff. But whether whomever you are, 7 to 9 hours of sleep is the absolute bare minimum. And even if you maybe can't get that,
Hmm.
there's things you can do to make the amount of sleep that you can get the best it can be, right? Because you want your body to be able to get into really two main sleep cycles. Like you want to get enough REM sleep because
Hmm.
that's where all of your like memory, like how you process your emotions, like how you like learn new skills, like that's where all of that happens. And then you really want to get enough slow wave and deep sleep too, so you can have enough physical recovery, so you can get enough like human growth hormone like through your body. Because if you're training 3 4 days a week and you're not getting into that deep sleep, you're not going to recover from the workouts that you are getting to. And so you're like almost cutting your gains short, whatever your gains are, right? So yeah, it's definitely, you got to get 7 to 9 hours at least.
Okay. Yeah, and that you brought up a good point because I was gonna ask because I've heard like men need or don't need less, but rather I guess women tend to need more than men. And a
Mhm.
lot of like sleep study and sleep research, like almost everything else, is very like male dominated. And so
Yes.
there's not as much research on what women need and like why we even need more. Um, but I even noticed that like talking to different people, or maybe they're just tired and they're lying about it and they're just like, yeah, I'm good on 5. And I'm like,
Like, no,
I
you're not.
feel I feel like kind of a wimp because I need 8 at least to
Yeah.
feel like normal the next day. Like I can immediately tell if I've had less than 8 hours of sleep and it affects it affects my whole day.
For sure. It really does. And I think that if you're someone who is, especially if like you, like you're training hard, like you have big goals during the year, like I know a lot of us are starting that beach ball training like May 1st. Your training is going to get so intense and it's going to have varying levels of intensity throughout the year, but especially when your body is working exceptionally hard, you have to block out more hours for you to sleep, whether that's you're getting a window while like that nocturnal sleep, and then maybe you're sneaking some extra sleep on the weekend or somewhere during your weekend day that allows you to have the time. But the harder your body is working, the harder your brain is working to learn new things. Like, I don't know, say you're trying to pick up double unders for the first time. Like, you need the sleep so your brain can actually take the time to build those patterns to make it work in real life. And if you're not doing that, then it's just going to make everything feel longer and feel harder. And like your goals feel further away. So if you're not getting your sleep, you're just ruining your performance opportunities for sure.
Yeah. So, okay, so that, and you may know this or not. So, is it true that you can can you catch up on sleep versus like you haven't slept well all week, you get to the weekend, you can finally take a nap, and people say, I need to catch up on sleep. Like, yes, you're resting, that's great, but is it like making up for the deficits you put yourself in that week, or are you just finally taking a nap? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Like to a degree, it's true. Yeah. Like everyone accumulates some amount of sleep debt. And then if you do have an opportunity to sleep in, to catch up on sleep, like your brain still needs to go through those REM
Hmm.
deep sleep cycles. Like your brain still needs to kind of windshield wipe, washer machine itself so it can function appropriately. So yeah, if you are sleep deprived, and you're looking at Saturday and your schedule's like, oh my God, it's open. Like I have some time. Like, yes, like take advantage of the sleep, take advantage of the opportunities to nap. Like at our house, like Patrick will come home from being a firefighter and he will immediately come home because he maybe slept for 4 hours and he'll come home and sleep for another 2 to 3 because like his body needs it. And, I've had moments in life, like, I don't know, when Murphy was a toddler or even younger and we're running on these like 3 minute like sprints of sleep, somewhere during the middle of the day, like we'll go put our eye masks on and like turn the lights off for 12 minutes, and even if it's just like that little teeny window of time, it can make a huge difference for how you feel. So like a power nap, like little, like we call them just like little siestas at home,
Yeah.
and it makes a huge difference. Like I know naps can sometimes be, sometimes people like to like hate on a nap because like you're wasting time, but I feel so much more productive, so much more just ready to execute the
Mhm.
things I need to do if I take advantage of those times. So yeah, like if you can catch up on your sleep and if you're in a little bit of a sleep debt, absolutely do it. You can make up for it.
Okay, yeah. So when you nap, how long are you napping?
It depends. Like, everyone has a schedule, everyone has places to be and things to do. Like, I know there've been times in my life where I've been like in between calls with clients and there's maybe like a 30-minute window. I will literally take like 15 minutes of that or maybe even less just to like turn off the stimulus. Like if you've been on your screen all day long, like looking at that like computer will torch your brain and makes your eyes feel tired. But even if you're not able to go to sleep and you can just find a way to just like black out the stimulus, like wear an eye mask.
Ooh, there you go.
They're so and like, I mean, they cost what, like $10 on Amazon. It's such an easy investment to make between that and like some blue light glasses. It'll help, yeah. Like even if I can nap for 7 minutes or if I can nap for 15, like it's well worth it.
That's crazy. I can't I love naps, but Khalil jokes, so, like, I don't nap, I go to bed. Like, I will go to sleep on a Saturday if I'm like, "I'm gonna take a nap," he's like, "Okay, I'll see you in 4 hours," because
That's a
I
full
will
sleep
literally
then.
sleep for an entire afternoon. So yeah, maybe I need to practice, like, a little cat nap, a little siesta, because I can't do that, and maybe I'm more tired than I think, but, like, if I get cozy and I close my eyes, I am, like, done for at least hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah. I mean, like, but if you have an hour and a half to 2 hours to do it, then do it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you have that opportunity, like, take full advantage of it. I think everyone's schedule is different, everyone's day is different, but if there are moments in your day where you can find ways to just take yourself away from all of the stimulus that you're intaking over the course of 16 hours, your
Mhm.
brain will thank you for whatever small or large amount of time you can give it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's worth
I
it.
think the other I mean, naps are great, but when I talk to, like, my clients or athletes, and if they mention they do have sleep problems, specifically related to just, like, our normal nighttime sleeping, I feel like it's always 2 things. It's either I can't fall asleep, like, I toss and turn, or I fall asleep, but then I wake up in the middle of the night and I, like, can't go back to sleep. So they have, like, restless
Mhm.
sleep. Um, which that could be so many variables could be affecting that, like caffeine, are you eating right before bed, are you drinking too much water right before bed, like whatever it is. But so what are some things that like we can do to just maximize our like nighttime sleep to try to make it as good as it can be?
For sure. Um, Human bodies love routine. Like
Hmm.
we are creatures of habit. We love to know, like when you create a routine, your brain finds a way to like signal itself that like, oh, it's time to do this thing. So when
Hmm.
you're getting ready for bed, like whatever your routine is, short, long, whatever, make it the exact same thing. Like for me, I love to take a shower at night. It helps kind of cool my body down enough so I can feel like I like to sleep cold. Most
Hmm.
people sleep very well cold. Um, but have a routine for yourself and then stick to it. Like you watch a show with your partner, with your pets or whomever, and then we turn off all of the electronics and then we start to get ready for bed. Brush your teeth, wash your face, put on your PJs. Maybe you get in bed and you're doing some type of calm, quiet activity that's not your freaking phone. Like,
Yeah.
get off your phone at night. You can
Hmm.
journal, you can read a book. Reading for me helps me feel really, really sleepy and heavy, but build a routine for yourself that A, you enjoy, and B, that you can stick to. Because once you have that set for yourself, your brain's going to get into that habit of like, oh, like we're doing all these things, it's time for us to wind down, and your body's going to naturally produce the melatonin that it needs to help you fall asleep and get into sleep. And then if you're I'm the person who wakes up in the middle of the night all the time. Like it is like clockwork for sure. I can't remember the last time that I haven't awakened in the middle of the night, and it's usually because I have to pee. But
Mm.
the problem that I ran into a long time ago was that I would wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I would be awake until 4:30, which is just crushing. What has been helpful for me, and I think is helpful for a lot of people, is when you wake up in the middle of the night, like, if you have to get up and go to the bathroom, get up and go to the bathroom. Like, that's not gonna ruin you for sure. What is gonna ruin you, though, is if your phone's right next to your bed and you're just laying there thinking about how you're going to fall back asleep, because our brains are reactive to our phones. It's just the world that we live in. So, finding a way for yourself to not pick up your phone in the middle of the night, whether that means you're putting your phone in your bathroom all night or somewhere in the kitchen, something along those lines, whether that means I have a different eye mask than this one that like plays music.
Oh.
So yeah, it's, I've invested in a lot of tools.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fancy things for sleep, but having something that isn't going to have you taking out your phone. Like, if you find yourself laying there for more than like 20 minutes, there's nothing wrong with getting physically out of bed and then like go to your living room and like read a book. Like, your bed is meant for sleep. And if you train your brain to know that your bed is meant for sleep, then that's what it'll do. So even if you find yourself awake in the middle of the night for like over a half hour, get up, like keep the lights low, keep everything dim and calm, and then maybe go do like a light chill thing, like
Mhm.
reading a book, draw, like, I don't know, go doodle on a piece of paper or something like that, something that's going to kind of like get you out of that like slightly stimulated activity and then wound back down so you can go back to bed.
Yeah. I think the best thing that Khalil and I have done, and honestly, I've had it since I left college. I haven't had a TV in my room. Um,
Mhm.
and even if you say like it's in there, but we don't watch it at nighttime, like you said, like everyone says your bed is for sleep and sex. That's the only
Yep.
thing that you should do in your bedroom, because once you introduce, that's where I watch my TV, that's where I work from home. I sit in bed with my laptop, or I like anything like that. And I think the best thing we did is not put a TV in the room. And that's what I suggest to my clients too. And like they're like, I really struggle to go to bed on time. I was like, okay, we're not going to put any parameters on you. We're not going to say you have to be in bed by 9 o'clock or else. It's just, if you want to stay up until 2 a.m. watching TV, that's great, but it has to happen in your living room. And
Mhm.
as soon as you want to get in your bed, you have to go in there and turn the lights off and get in bed to go to sleep. And we can't be like mixing all these different things. So I really like that. I still, unfortunately, do have my phone next to me, and I am on it when I get in bed to set my alarm. And I would be lying if I said I set my alarm and I put my phone down. I don't. I'm usually looking at text messages or scrolling
Right.
on
Sure.
Instagram. So I think for us, the next investment would be like a reliable alarm clock, because that's my excuse. It's like, my phone's my alarm. It has to be next to my bed. It's like,
Right.
well, they make alarm clocks that
Yeah.
aren't phones, so you could just do that. So yeah, I think that's the next step for me would be to get an alarm clock. But
We're working on that too. Like, it's definitely, it's a hard habit for sure. Like, phones are the extensions of our bodies. Like, and there's always something to look at and to do and to be aware of. And it's hard. And honestly, like, even beyond the, like, reactiveness of, like, just wanting to be like that compulsive need to be on your phone, it's really just, like, exposing yourself to all of that blue light. So even if you have to have your phone next to you because, I don't know, life demands it sometimes, and we get into those seasons of life where it's really busy, like, get some little blue light glasses. They're fun. They're super little cute things. I literally have, like, 6
I
of
love
these.
how you have props for this podcast.
Yeah,
All your stuff.
it's my favorite. I love this stuff, man. I love sleep. It's like you spend a third of your life asleep. Like, you
Yeah,
might as well
do it
a
well.
yeah, do it well and invest in it, right? Like, buy you some cheap ass blue light glasses that'll you can keep all over your house. So when you're watching TV at the end of the day, like, you can just pop them on and it's helping that sleep process begin. It can be a part of your sleep routine without you feeling like you have to invest in a fancy mattress or like overhaul your entire life to get yourself better sleep. Like, it takes very, very simple, very, very like low effort pieces to make it work.
Yeah. Do you use a noise machine?
We used to. So we fell in love with noise machines when we had Murphy because it was like,
Mhm.
oh, everyone benefits from this. Um, we got away from it for a while, but we both, Patrick and I, just invested in like our sleep masks have like built-in like
Mhm.
speakers in it. And so that'll play like some brown noise or some type of like sound bath
Mhm.
situation because otherwise, like, I struggle with like ruminating at night. Like, I will just like my brain will not shut off. And
Yeah.
that is the most helpful thing for me to help me fall asleep, fall back asleep when I wake up in the middle of the night and keep everything very, very calm.
Yeah, we love a white noise machine, and it's kind of been detrimental to our like anytime we travel. Like I
Mhm.
was just gone um last weekend, in the room I stayed in, there was no ceiling fan. Um I did not have a white noise machine, and I felt so old because I was like, oh, like how am I gonna sleep? I don't have a fan. I don't have my noise machine. It's a twin bed. I'm used to like starfishing out. So yeah, once you
Oh,
have a routine, it's really noticeable when it goes away because yeah, we've got our routine for how we go to bed. It helps us sleep. But even then, Khalil is and Aunt and I talk about this a lot. I think Lauren is the same way. She and Khalil will just close their eyes and go to sleep. I will remember every embarrassing thing I've ever done in my entire life, and I'll choose to think about it before I go to bed.
mhm.
I'll think about everything I have to do the next day, even though I couldn't do any of it right now. For some reason, need to like think about it. So I struggle to fall asleep, but once I finally get there, I'm good until the morning.
Yeah, for sure. I'm similar, like, all like, "Oh, that's a really good idea. You know, why didn't I think," like, all the problem-solving skills arrive, like, in their best form as I'm trying to fall asleep, and I'm like, "This is great," and then you end up like, "Well, should I capitalize on this?" And I'm like, "No, like, when you just go to sleep." And so, yeah, the white noise machine is helpful, like, blocking out those things, and if you don't want a white noise machine, I mean, you can even try, like, I've had people in the past keep like a little mini whiteboard on their nightstand and they'll just brain dump into,
Yeah.
like, we'll do that with Murphy a lot at night too because I mean she's very similar to us in terms of her sleep habits. I'll tell her like, "Hey, you have 2 minutes to just tell me what's on your mind." And then she'll just click clack away and yap away for 2 minutes and then like there's a visible like difference in like the tension in her body and she feels much more relaxed and ready to go to sleep. So
Mhm.
giving yourself opportunities to get the thoughts out of your head is always a helpful way to kind of get your brain ready to go to sleep, like, to
Yeah.
make it
And I
happen.
think if I was a better person, I would journal before bed. I always think that that's a great idea. Executing on it is a different story, but I feel like that's the same thing versus like talking. You can just like brain dump and leave it on your nightstand and then
Yeah.
just feel a little bit more relaxed. But
Yeah, and even, like, I mean, going back to what you're saying about not having a television in your room, like, if you have a partner or you have someone, like, in your life that you, like, do share a bed with, like, that is your opportunity, like, brain dump to each other. If you
mm,
don't share a bed with someone, like, just I mean, you can just, like I mean, I think out loud, I know a lot of people do, like, you can, like, verbally brain dump your stuff and then just keep moving through that. Like that alone is very, very helpful. Like taking a TV out of your room, it just creates a lot of really good opportunities for you to create the environment for yourself that is calm and peaceful and quiet and like optimal for you and your sleep.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sweet. All right, so let's run through what we talked about. So if you have shitty sleep and you want better sleep, what's top of the list? No screens?
No,
What is
for sure.
Okay, no screens in your bedroom. Try not to be on your phone before bed. And then I guess trying to get to bed at a time that's going to allow you to get X amount of hours.
Yeah.
So,
If you're someone who has a schedule that allows you to go to bed at the same time every day, like do it. Go to bed at the same time. If you have wavering bedtime times because your life is like that, have a good routine. Whatever
mhm,
you do, whether you go to bed at the same time or you don't go to bed at the same time every night, have a routine for yourself that you can follow step by step to get yourself ready for bed. That's going to trigger your brain to generate all of the melatonin and appropriate energy to wind down and appropriately fall asleep.
sweet. And then we didn't talk about eating. Does that even matter? Eating right before bed?
It
I mean,
can.
I feel like if you still have screens and you're not having a bedtime routine, you probably don't really need to worry about when you're eating food.
Yeah, for sure. I think that can be a very nuanced thing. Everybody digests food very, very differently, but you can have like don't eat like 30 seconds before you're trying to go to bed. Like that's going to spike your blood sugar, that's going to make everything like reactivate in your body. So the more time you can put between your last meal and going to bed, the better.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I think the last thing, which we also didn't talk about, but I feel like is kind of obvious, is alcohol. Um,
Mhm.
which I feel like tricks you into thinking you're getting a good sleep because it makes you sleepy. Um, but you have a terrible sleep the whole night.
Yep.
Um, so putting that into account, like I know yes, Sunday is technically the weekend, but you've got to get up and go to work on Monday. So if you typically have a glass of wine with dinner on Sunday night, like if you're not willing to let that go, we might need to move that and do it on Friday night or Saturday night when you have time to like recuperate the terrible sleep that you're about to get after doing that.
Yeah, and you can put alcohol in the same category as things like your Ambiens and your Benadryls and your Z-Quils. Like, yes,
Mhm.
they are putting you to sleep, but it is the worst sleep you can get. Like, you are just physically knocking yourself out. You're not letting your body do the things it needs to do. So, yes, you can take a fifth of it and pass out for 10 hours, but
Yeah.
but you're not going to wake up recovered and refreshed in the same way that you would if you did 7 to 10 hours of sleep in a more like natural way. And like there are better choices out there if you do need sleep support.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Awesome. So yeah, once again, if that's going to be my first question, I know that'll be your first question. I know it's Lauren's first question. If you're struggling with building muscle, losing fat, um, just your performance in the gym, your performance in life in general, first thing we're going to ask is what does your sleep look like? And then what does your nutrition look like? Because if those two boxes are checked and we're still not seeing the results we want, then we can go to all the other things that we get bombarded with and have questions about. But sleep is right there at the bottom of the pyramid, most important.
Yep. Easy one to grab. Do it right.
Yeah, and if you need an eye mask that plays music in your ears, ask Whitney where she got it,
Listen,
because that's great.
things great. Listen, it works.
I
It
do
works.
need to invest in one. I don't see myself wearing it at night, but I was recently on an airplane and I was like, man, I really wish I had an
Mhm.
eye mask right now. So,
Send you some links to some really good ones. They're like, I mean, less than $20 is what you're gonna pay
yeah,
for it.
yeah, I need to get one of those for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me, Whit. It's been
Yeah, it's
almost
fun.
30 minutes. It's flown by.
Yeah,
Love having you on the pod, and we should do it again soon.
I couldn't agree more. Next time for sure.
All right. I will see you in the gym.
Sounds good. Bye, y'all.
Bye.